16. This was,
They get.
is it Virginia?
Oh, they get Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Well, Virginia's the #1 seed again. You suppose they're a little more motivated than after last year?
I think they would be right. I mean,
Except after making history last year.
blow 'em out.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
And I forgot until it popped up on my time hop a couple days ago. I forgot they won by
Yeah, it
20.
was like last week. It was the first time.
Yeah.
I saw something that said that until that game, 1 versus 16 was 135 and 0.
Yeah.
Until that.
Where's that Gonzaga rating?
Goes out. We
What's
are
that?
on the bird, so nothing inadvertently goes out. The light is kind of ambient.
Okay.
things before we get going, guys, for locker room access. So here in the first four, we do winners first because they got to catch a flight and get to their first round site. So once, in this case, Fairleigh Dickinson is on the dais, their locker room is open for 30 minutes as soon as they get up here. When they're dismissed, now Prairie View A&M's locker room will be open for the next 30 minutes after that. So we're going to be joined by Greg Herenda and a couple student athletes from Fairleigh Dickinson. We'll start with questions for just the student athletes. We'll dismiss them, and then we'll have Coach Herenda available for questions after that. Just raise your hand. We'll bring the mic around. Wait for it for our transcription purposes to ask your question. Just identify yourself by name and affiliation, and we ask that you direct your questions to a specific student athlete. There's no flash photography or video recording allowed, but there are video distribution sites for the TV folks straight across the hall, back of the room, hang a left. It's that hallway straight across the tunnel. All right, we're now being joined by the head coach of the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights, Greg Herenda, as well as Darnell Edge and Jaleel Jenkins. Greg, if you like, you can start with an opening statement, and
Sure.
we'll open the floor for questions.
I just want to, hats off to Prairie View. Obviously, they came out and made 15 threes, and they shot 32%, I think, for the year. So they were ready. Their defense, we were lucky to be in the game at halftime if it wasn't for Darnell Edge. We were down 7, and we were fortunate. I want to thank our fans and Fairleigh Dickinson administration and anyone that ever put on a blue and burgundy jersey. Tonight we made history. It's the first time in the 75-year history of Fairleigh Dickinson that we've won a NCAA tournament game. That's history, and it's overwhelming from where we came to where we are now. I sat here 3 years ago, losing to Florida Gulf Coast by over 30 points, and I was proud. And I sit here today, winning our first game ever, and I'm proud because of these guys. And I told Reggie Miller before the game, and I've told everybody, Jaleel Jenkins has the biggest heart in Ohio right now. As a sophomore, he took over the game in the second half. And what can be said about Darnell Edge? He became our all-time leading three-point shot maker, scored 33 points, and he scored all the points to keep us in the game at halftime. Without Darnell, we would not have been able to come back. I'm just humbled. I love Dayton. I loved it the last time, and I love it more. And I'm very, very humbled, but very excited to take our basketball team to Salt Lake City to play a #1 seed in Gonzaga.
All right, questions for Darnell and Jaleel only, right here on the left.
Could you describe your emotion? I think you had the ball when the clock went off and you threw it in the air. Could you just describe what that moment felt like for you?
It was just a great feeling for me being here 3 years ago and losing by, like Coach said, over 30 points, and then coming back this year and being able to get a win. It was just a great feeling. It's history, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it with any other team.
Right here on the right.
You maybe got a little shove or something from Coach there. I don't know if it was going into the 16 or the 12-minute time out there in the second half, and then you came out, and I think the next 4 possessions hit buckets. Was there something that kind of got you going down?
No, I just kept playing my game. My teammates and my coach always told me, like, keep your head up and just keep leading the team, and they always give me confidence. So I knew if I keep playing, then I'll be fine.
Either of you guys based on where your coach was almost a year ago now, health-wise, I mean, is there a little extra motivation or specialness to this moment because of that?
Julio, can you answer that, please?
Yes, Coach G is probably one of the best coaches I ever have. It was tough when he wasn't doing so good, and we knew that we had to win this game for him and for our fans.
Darnell? Same question.
Yeah, definitely. You know, having Coach go through that last year, I remember us being in practice and him always just telling us that he just wanted to be there with us. All he thought about while he was in the hospital was us. So, you know, we rallied together, and it's just a great win for us, for our program, and I'm just happy.
Right here in the aisle.
Any flashbacks to 3 years ago in that first half? You're down 19-6, and and I guess Coach talked about, I think said yesterday that just he felt how big experience would be for you guys, and maybe if you were younger, you guys wouldn't have had that fight in you. How much do you think experience helped today?
I definitely think it helped a lot because I've been at the stage before, and I've been through the battles with this team. So just being able to, share my experience with the younger guys and just help lead the team and just keep everybody composed was, yeah.
Any further questions for Darnell or Jaleel? All right, guys, thank you for your time. Good luck Thursday against Gonzaga.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, you got to stick around, Coach. Now, questions for Coach Herenda. Yeah, right here on the right. Right there. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Mark Narducci, the Philadelphia Inquirer. Mike Holloway's a guy we covered in high school and everything, and he had a big bucket down near the end. I know he had some tough shots tonight, but can you just tell what he's meant to this program?
Yeah, Mike had a tough night and a great night because everything was, they were really gearing their defense towards him, and he just kept battling, and he had 10 and 14, and everyone, and me and Mike have battled because I know how good Mike can be, and Mike knows how he could be. And when you're at that edge of greatness, conflict is a part of it. But it's good. It's great conflict. He's been the cornerstone of our program, and people still want him to get better because he's as big as a house, and he's got a heart, and he's a beautiful kid, and it was a tough night, but the perseverance that he showed tonight was great, and our team just kept on talking to him, and he texted me something personal right before the game, and which my players never text me because they stay away from me, and as soon as we grabbed each other after the game, we had a special embrace. So I've got great kids, man, and that is the battle in this world. The better the kid, the better the team, the better the chance you have to succeed. And Mike Holloway is just a superb kid as well as these two guys.
Right here in the aisle.
Greg, tell me, I think I saw that Darnell, when he was going into I think it was summer of his senior year.
Yeah.
He had no offers, and
right.
You guys saw him. Can you take me through his?
Grant Billmeyer, I give credit where credit is due, and I was an assistant for 22 years, and I know what assistants do. And Grant Billmeyer made me go watch this kid play, and I wanted to save the scholarship. And he's like, "Gee, I like him. He's your kind of kid. He shoots it, and he played the point guard position." And I went, and I loved him, and I was mad because. Excuse me, I wanted to go home after the first game and say, Grant, I don't like him. Because it was the last day of the recruiting period. And I'm like, I loved him. And I followed him and followed him and followed him. And he committed in August, I think July or August of his high school year. So he had already graduated, and he was only 17 years old. Averaged 4 points a game his freshman year, averaged 9, averaged 14, and now he had 33. So if any of the kids that are watching this tournament, I know you want to watch Zion and you want to watch all the great ones, so do I, but these are the heroes. These are the heroes, the kids that are like the people watching TV, that get better every day. And that's why March, to me, is mad. It's mad.
Yep, follow up.
Were you trying to figure out why he didn't have any Division I offers?
I'm happy he didn't get any offers. I don't, there's a lot of kids out there. There's a lot of kids in Philly. There's a lot of kids. I see John Feinstein. A lot of kids in D.C. A lot of kids don't get the opportunities. That's the key. And you got to find the kids. Give them the opportunity, and then the work ethic, and then guess what? Bang. It's over. And these are, and you hear it in this podium all the time about how great the kids are, but my kids are better. I believe that, and they sense that, and there goes their enthusiasm.
Time for a couple more right here on the aisle.
So you said you were having flashbacks to Florida Gulf Coast in that first half?
We made the first 2 threes, and I'm like, okay, here we are. And then we went cold for 8 minutes, and they're good. That's a good, fast, well-coached. They're good. But I knew we had it. I knew, not that I knew we were going to win the game, but I knew we were going to show our mettle, and we did. And in I think it was the under 8 timeout, I said, we just have to get the lead, and we're going to run away and hide. And then they started making threes that I've never seen those threes from anybody. And so they didn't quit. That was a great first game of this tournament, I think. Is that correct, guys? I mean, that was exciting. And Jaleel Jenkins, if you don't want to take him home and hug him, that kid took the building over. And that's our goal, to go to Utah and stay close, hang around, and get a lead. I mean, that's quite honestly what we're thinking about right now. And call us crazy, but that's what we are.
Last one here on the right.
After the last year, what level? It looked like you were very much soaking in and enjoying the moment there after the win. Do you have a different level of appreciation or being able to be in the moment because of that?
Yeah. It's overwhelming. When you coach for 35 years and you take a team to an NCAA tournament, and a team that, when I got here 6 years ago, we had nothing. And to build it, it's all those hours and all those, and then it's here. And it's so sad that every coach can't experience this, high school, college, because the feeling that is here should be in every coach, because every coach does what I do. They work hard, they love it, they're engaged, they try to do, and then when you get here, and I was here 3 years ago. I was the first coach out of 68 to be up here after we got our fannies kicked. So I know that feeling too. But this feeling it's special.
Greg, thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Utah.
That's great. Appreciate it.
Waxon and Jones, right? Great, thank you. All right, we're now joined by the head coach of Prairie View A&M, Byron Smith, as well as student athletes Gary Blackston and Dennis Jones. Byron, if you'd like, you can make an opening statement.
Great game tonight. Tough loss for us, but I thought way to kick the NCAA tournament off. Really a competitive game, back and forth. But yeah, like I said, tough loss. Could have gone either way, but I guess the best team made plays late, and they were able to win the game.
Questions for Gary and Dennis only at this point. Yep, right here in the front left.
question for both players, if you can. Just thinking back to the start of your careers at Prairie View, is getting to the NCAA tournament something that you had thought about and just kind of reflect on the process of all the hard work that you put in to get there and that?
Gary, can you answer that first, please?
Most definitely. That was the reason why I committed to Coach Smith and the Panthers as a junior coming out of junior college, because I felt as though I could win the conference both years. So that was a big reason.
Dennis?
Yes, I feel like that was the goal from the start. So, I mean, for us to get here this year is a huge accomplishment and milestone for the community, as well as ourselves and as well as the coaching staff. So, I mean, I feel like we did pretty good this year, and they just got to come back stronger next year.
Any further questions? All right, Gary and Dennis, thank you for your time. Congratulations on your season.
Appreciate it.
Questions for Coach Smith at this time? Right here in the front.
Coach, what was it about this team that maybe was a little bit different from previous teams you had that got them to this level?
I think they capitalize on any time you make a mistake, they make you pay. Obviously, the kid Edge was a heck of a basketball player. We knew that coming in, but even more impressive in person. So every time that we didn't guard the ball screen the right way or we made a mistake, we overhelped, they made us pay. And they didn't miss many shots. Great shooting team. We knew that coming in, but we were hoping we could catch them on an off night, but that wasn't the case tonight.
Follow up.
Yeah, and then from your side, what made your team a SWAC championship caliber team, and how was that maybe different from your previous years?
Well, I just think that this team plays so hard. I think the country, the world got a chance to see that. Sometimes we kind of speed ourselves up a little bit and make a few mistakes, but I just think the effort's always there, flying around, getting to the ball, just trying to be a tougher and a harder playing team than our opponent. So that's definitely, much different than I've had my teams of the past, but that's going to be our trademark moving forward. We want all our teams to be like that. So I'm proud of my kids tonight. Obviously you never like to lose, and they fought so hard and overcome so much. You feel for them, but I thought they represented themselves very well tonight on national television.
Any further questions for Coach Smith? Byron, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your season.